Forget about being honest with others. Most of us are not even honest with ourselves. We are not honest about our feelings, our emotions, and our shadows. We are too scared to admit even to ourselves about our shadowy aspects. So more than even others, we are lying to ourselves. And what happens energetically when we are lying to ourselves, when we are pretending to be someone we are not, when we are not being honest with ourselves, we create an energetic distance between who we really are and who we are pretending to be, who we are being in this 3D reality. And the more and more this gap keeps becoming, the more this gap increases, the less we feel in our center, in our groundedness, in our identity. Centeredness, let that word land in for a moment, because a lot of us, we do not feel centered in ourselves. We do not feel anchored in ourselves, in our true selves. Why? Because most of the things we don't even admit to ourselves. We are so scared of our shadowy aspects that we keep lying to ourselves, and then of course we keep lying to others as well. You don't have to be honest with other people yet, but at least start being honest with yourself about your feelings, your emotions, and what really is surfacing for you. Don't pretend to be someone who you are not, because again, you're just increasing the gap between your true self and yourself right now. And we don't want to increase that gap. We want to decrease that gap. So don't pretend to be someone you are not just because you think you should be that way. Just because you think that a good girl should be that way, that a good boy should be that way, because that is what you have been told when you were a child, that you're a good girl, you're a good boy, and this is how a good girl is, and this is how a good boy is. Or even better yet, don't pretend to be someone just because you think that is how spiritual people should be. Like, just for example, the feeling of jealousy. A lot of people don't even admit that they are feeling jealous of the other person, and they try to push it down by just telling themselves that, oh no, it's fine, I'm happy for them, I'm just happy for them, they're my friend, and of course, and I don't feel jealous. Maybe you can feel both at the same time. If you don't actually feel that, is great. But sometimes you have felt that jealousy inside you, and you are scared to admit to even yourself, it's your friend, or it's your well-wisher, or it's your family member, and you should really be happy for them. And you are happy for them, but along with that happiness, there is also this sense of jealousy that is emerging, and this sense of unfairness also, maybe, that life is being so unfair. Why did this happen to them but not to me? And all these things that people sometimes pretend that they don't feel, but we do feel. That no, I'm not jealous, I'm happy for them. You're not saying this in front of anyone else. I'm just saying, at least start being honest with yourself. At least start being honest with it that yes, I am actually very happy, and I have seen the work they have put in their life, or whatever it is, and I am happy for them. They are my well-wisher, they're my friend. But alongside with that, at the same time, I also feel this deep sense of sadness and jealousy and this feeling of unfair. And yeah, that's just how it is right now. And this is not about projecting on others. Whenever I talk about feeling your feelings and your emotions and being true about what you're feeling, I always have to give this side note that this is not about projecting on others. This is not about you going up to that friend and be like, you know what, I'm just feeling jealous of you and this and that. And yeah, I'm happy for you, but like, this is what it is. Like, no, this is something I'm asking you to do in your own space and time. This is not about projecting that, okay, you're feeling angry at your friend because they said something, and you go and you scream at them and this and that, and you just I'm not getting the English word, but anyway, you just go and scream at them, you get angry at them, and yeah, you just project all your anger and your whatever shiz is emerging for you. Feeling your emotions and being true to yourself is not about projecting on other people. It is for you to do with yourself in your own space and time. So that when you are being true with yourself in your own space and time, when you have taken that time to integrate things within yourself, when you go out there, when you talk to other people, only your authentic part is able to speak. That mature authentic part, the one who is not projecting and neither pretending, if that makes sense. And you are only able to do these things, you are only able to be honest with yourself when you understand that whatever shadow is emerging right now, it is not you. Let's go to the same example, jealousy. You are only able to witness your jealousy and be honest with yourself about it fully when you understand that it does not mean that you are a jealous person. Now it has become your identity. Congratulations, you have been labeled. No. You are only able to witness when you understand that that is not the case. You are not labeled. It is not your identity. It is just something you are feeling right now. And that comes from consciousness. The more you are on this journey of becoming a conscious human being, there is always this silent part behind you. Sometimes this part is huge and it occupies a bigger part of you, so to say. But sometimes when a lot of shadows are emerging, that part becomes a bit silent in the background, but it's still there. And that part of you is just your consciousness, just your pure soul consciousness, your God essence, whatever it is that you want to call it. Because that part is there now, even if it is in the background or if it is occupying more space, so to say. But that part is always there. And that part is the one that helps you witness what is emerging for you right now. Because now that you are aware of that part, that conscious part of you, you really just know that whatever is coming up right now, it is not your identity. It is not your label. Right? So you're only able to be honest with yourself when you understand this, when you truly feel this. So start being honest with yourself, even if you're not completely honest, out there in the world. And I mean, out there in the world, being completely honest is a bit, I don't know, for me as of now, it feels a bit far-fetched, because a lot of people pleasing is just very normal. And even I'm aware a lot of times when I do it, like for example, if I go to a restaurant and they ask me how was the food, even if I didn't like the food, I'll be like, oh, it was nice. Unless it was like something very horrible and I'm not able to eat it, then I will complain. But usually being completely honest, it's a bit far-fetched, at least for me. If you are that level of completely honest, I would love to know. Let me know in the comments below. I hope this resonated today, this message that I shared today, and I will see you next time. Bye.